Good day, Martians. This week, Mom News bring you news about daily ration adjustment, Martian Journal of Finance, upcoming building skill requirement, Solana land claim grand opening, and scavenging tournament. For the first news is about daily ration adjustment. As we all know, daily ration has been given automatically on login for 20 hours daily. Recent adjustment by the merchant steward was confusing for the merchants at the early phase, especially for the new merchants that arrived within the week. In early adjustment phase, the requirement to get the ration was out of the expectation save for the ice and regolith mission. These items are regolith, ice, metal bits, electronic bits, water-rich clay, and rover wires. The most baffling item was water-rich clay. It's difficult to get nature brings the price uptrend in the marketplace. The price was up more than 10 times, from 0.1 dust to 1.5 dust per item. Marsh Stewart found this adjustment to be a burden for new merchants, so they made the adjustment to separate the daily ration and daily mission to get more resources. This is still a temporary adjustment and a subject to be reviewed again in near future. Mom News got an opportunity to contact Mats, the market expert, while he is busy launching his Martian Journal of Finance. Hi Mats, thank you for answering our call. We would like to ask you regarding the daily mission adjustment and how it will affect the market price. What do you think about the new daily action?
I found it both fun and interesting while it lasted. There has not been an official announcement about it, but they seem to have switched from using random items to using only regolith. They have also separated the daily ration from the rest of the rewards, which includes the golden sunflower, making it free again. I personally really enjoyed trying to figure out the type of items they were using and then making predictions based on that. I also think that if they had left it in place for longer than a few days, people would have adjusted, but I understand revoking it.
How it will impose the new and existing merchants?
It understandably left new players confused and frustrated. The daily ration was always free before, and after the change it ended up costing upwards of 15 dusk, which is a lot when you're just starting out. I did really like that it forced them to consider the idea of saving some scavenged items and not just immediately selling them. It also encouraged people to learn how to use the market, which is a long-term skill you need to understand. For older players the change was barely noticed because the items are quite cheap, and if you didn't already have some you could quickly buy them.
Did you make a special market analysis for the item used in the daily action?
No, I haven't done much with it. Before this new daily task system I purchased a handful of items that I thought were underused and could maybe be given uses in the future. One of those was water-rich clay. I had over 3,000 of them that I bought at 0.1. When it was selected for the task I started paying attention because it went to 1.5, which is a 15x return. I sold for about 1.35. I would not waste time investigating it further. Mitch said that they're going to make changes to stop low liquidity items from rocketing in price. I think today shows those changes as it only asks for regolith. I would be surprised if they let it happen again, which is a shame because I bought 4,000 barite yesterday as a gamble. Not all gambles pay off though.
What do you think about this new daily action compared with the previous one?
I think anything that involves a quest of sorts is going to be far better than the original click to get a free ration button. I think the most recent switch to using only regolith is not a good one. It doesn't really add any value to the game because the ration is still separated and free, so it doesn't even work to stop bots.
Do you have any suggestion to make daily action better?
I think it's a perfect opportunity to create a de facto tutorial that isn't noticed by experienced players but will teach new players much needed skills. Here are some suggestions. I chose these because they're things that most experienced players can do without much effort, but they also teach brand new players a lot of essential skills. One of these would be the random quest of the day for the ration. 1. Buy something from the market. 2. Sell something on the market. 3. Do a regular scavenge. 4. Do an advanced scavenge. 5. Complete a task. 6. Add power to a building. 7. Visit the planet-wide view. 8. Look at someone else's plot. 9. Visit the shop. Last week I posted the first volume of the Martian Journal of Finance, which covered the resource Métis. It can be found in the community content channel as a PDF. I plan on writing new ones regularly. People who enjoy investing or are trying to maximize their ROI in the game should really consider reading it.
We know you have posted your very first Martian Journal of Finance in the community content area. We will back with you for that after this. We back again, still with MTG Million on Mars market expert. He just launched his very first Martian Journal of Finance. You can get it in the community content area or contact him directly to get exclusive edition. MTG, what is the reason you create this journal?
I love investing and I love this game, and I decided that it would be fun to have my own creative project. I considered both videos and public spreadsheets but decided I wanted something more unique. It's also going to help me track some of my investment picks. By having some of my picks publicly available, I am held accountable and people can see if I am actually any good at this or not.
What is the benefit reading your journal?
Each volume is going to cover a single specific topic within the game. These are usually going to be focused around buying and selling in the market. The reader will learn more about the topic item, where it comes from, what it's used for, and if they can expect the value to increase or decrease in the future. It will also go into broad strategy around how to optimize your gameplay either for time or ROI. Quite simply, I hope my readers make more money than people who decided not to read.
How do we use the information in the journal to our benefit?
The simplest way is to follow the item valuations. For example, in the last issue I said that Métis should be bought for a wide variety of reasons. At the time of writing, the price was 8 dusk each. I listed a price target of 12 dusk, which would be a 50% gain. It has already well surpassed that target. The thing about trading on the market is that it doesn't take any stamina or buildings. It has no limitations except that you need to pay a 5% sales tax. It would take you weeks or more to increase your account value by 50% doing regular tasks. Métis did it in a few days. I do not expect all predictions to do that well, and I definitely don't expect everyone to succeed. Never go all in on an investment and always be aware of the risks.
Do you will make it weekly and fully available for free?
I'd like to make it regularly, but I don't want to commit to a set time frame because it depends on if I see a good investment at the moment. It will always be free absolutely. If you make a bunch of money following it, you can send me a tip if you feel like you want to give back, but that will never be expected.
Can we make a copy and share it to our friends?
Please do. Share it with everyone. Also, always feel free to ask me questions about it or challenge my investment thesis. For the watchers of this wonderful video, I would say buy buildings, especially commons and rares. They were given out generously in the Sunflower event and more are coming in the Fractal event, but once that supply gets cut off and the player base continues to grow, the price will grow by 2 or 3 times.
Thank you for your time, MTG. Martians, don't forget to get the newest edition of Martian Journal of Finance in the community content area. Habitat was the newest building edition for the Martians. It is offering rental ability for the owner. But the steward found it too hard to build a habitat for the expected quantity. After doing some investigation, the stewards found about the cause. Nitrogen production was the bottleneck. Some of the habitat components needed nitrogen to be crafted, and the sole building that can produce nitrogen was CAD. To solve this problem, the Building Development Division of the Mars Stewards improving the way CAD producing nitrogen. The old technique of capturing CO2 improved by 5% chance to capture nitrogen from the air. It is now having 10% chance to get the nitrogen for every atom. While improving old technique giving an improvement, With the new chemical skill technologies from the Martisan, the stewards comes up with two new ways of capturing CO2. Capture CO2 Tier 2 and Capture CO2 Tier 3, which needs chemistry skill at apprentice and journeyman levels tier. The second tier ensuring Martians to always get one nitrogen for every attempt, aside from the normal improved 10% chance. While the third tier, always giving 2 nitrogen for every attempt, it is still using the old ways to capture the CO2, meaning it only has 5% chance to produce nitrogen aside from the certain 2 nitrogen produced. Besides the improvement of CAD, Mom News got a leak about solar panel adjustment. To improve and stabilize output of electricity, last week stewards already teaching Martians with new electricity recipe called Study Circuit Theory and Calibrate Power Inverter. Both of this knowledge expected to be deliver better power cell quality. Thus, later on, not decided yet, charging solar panel will requiring high electricity skill. Charge solar panel Tier 2 need apprentice level skill, and charge solar panel Tier 3 need journeyman tier skill. Mom News wish the best for Martians and delivering this leak, so you can prepare beforehand. After the success of expansion on the Solana region, today Mars Steward opening land registration on the region. You can claim a plot and select it to be settled in the Solana region. Still the same old way to claim plot, but you will get a confirmation window to which region the plot will be settled. Currently Mars Steward support WEX and Solana region. For both region, you need a wallet to get claim permit. Please be aware that is the support of the Mars Stewards for Solana region still new and expanding, but not as complete as WEX region yet. Martians still can use any virtual land deed and building blueprints to claim and install on the Solana region land. The catch is, you still need Vox wallet for building NFT. Building can be transferred from Vox region plot to Solana region plot, and vice versa via the existing building transport system. Solana region land NFT tradable by default on Magic Eden, and should get support on additional marketplace soon. Please take a note that Mars Stewards currently not support migrating a land NFT from one region to another. Your decision for claiming location region is fixed and cannot be adjusted for time being. To celebrate partnership with Fractal, Mars Steward held a scavenge tournament. This tournament will be held until June 12, 2022, with a price of Martisan and Million on Mars Min whitelist token. To get a Million on Mars Min whitelist token, Martian needs to scavenge and find 10 fractal shards. Fractal shards can be found using both standard scavenge action or advanced scavenge action, which giving higher chance to find the shards based on the scavenge skill level. Beside the Martisan and whitelist price, Mars Stewards also will open a shop to redeem the shards for things like land packs and other fun stuff. The last news we got, Stewards fine-tuning the scavenge action for this event to raise the chance for Martians find the fractal shards. This is it. I'm Elhard from MTG Mom News. See you next week.